Welcome to a quick view of Experience Curriculum's embedded assessment model. We use an approach called authentic assessment, and this means that we capture learning as it happens naturally throughout play and discovery. Learning is dynamic, and one area of development impacts the other. A child doesn't learn in silos, rather, they learn holistically, where many skills are integrated and triggered as they play. Our mission is to support you in designing meaningful, shared experiences where the child develops and grows to their fullest potential. Whether you're using the Experience Baby, Experience Toddler, or Experience Preschool program, your child will be developing the 35 core skills. These skills fall within 7 areas of development, which we call domains. You can see here the 7 areas: social emotional, physical and motor, language and literacy, math and reasoning, science, social studies, and creative arts. And age is not always an indicator of developmental level. This is why Experience Curriculum is written based on developmental benchmarks rather than age. This research based sequence of skills guides both the expectations within each curriculum level as well as supports your planning. After observing a child, you'll be able to determine how to make an activity more challenging or how to simplify and support a child, according to whatever level their development falls within this chart. We help you adapt experiences to each child's level by providing curriculum programs that intentionally overlap on benchmarks, which allows for a smooth transition from one classroom, such as the toddler classroom, to the next level, such as the preschool classroom. Here, you can see how our programs support the developmental levels defined on the continuum of skills. Experience Baby is written to support benchmark 1, Toddler is written to support benchmarks 2 and 3, and Preschool supports benchmarks 3, 4, and 5. More Math and Literacy extends the preschool curriculum into the pre K level. All activities in our curriculum program are linked with skills, so you could be doing documentation all day, every day. But we know this is challenging. This is why we want to help teachers plan which activities to be sure to observe and document each week. Throughout the school year, we've mapped out when to observe and document each of the 35 skills to ensure that you have a beginning, middle, and end assessment point for all 35 skills for every child. Here you can see that for every 3 thematic studies, so every 3 months, you will have covered all 35 skills. Remember, you are observing children as they are naturally playing and participating in curriculum experiences. You won't need to do anything extra in your daily routine except be sure to mark the observed developmental level for each child in the tools that we've provided. To make it easier for you to know exactly which activities to focus on for your observation and documentation, you can simply follow the stars. You will find these stars located in your teacher's guide. Let's see what a day of assessment looks like in Experience Preschool. You can simply see what activity and skills will be assessed on each day on the observation and documentation planning calendar. You can find this in your teacher tool bag. On the back of your calendar, you'll find the group observation form. At the beginning of the month, write the names of your children on the sheet and use this to jot down each child's developmental level as you observe them play. For each starred activity, teachers have support in observing the children during play. In your teacher's guide, you have some suggestions of what to look for during the activity. We also provide you support in determining what developmental level each child is at. Each starred activity has a bonus sheet available. Find this sheet on Member Resources under your Resources by theme. Simply download these sheets and use them as needed throughout the month. Each sheet gives additional skill-based information around what the activity would look like at each benchmark. It also gives you tips on how to adjust the activity to individualize the learning based on the child's developmental level. These guides are tied to the skills of the activity, which can help an educator assess the right level and reflect more accurately on what skills the child was working on during the open-ended activity. If you are experienced in child development, then you may not need these sheets. However, they are there as an additional resource for support. Either review these prior to the day's activity or print it off and keep it nearby while observing the child in play. While the children are naturally participating in the activity, you'll use the tools provided to document their developmental level. For each child, you'll write their level and if they are emerging, doing the activity with help, or if they are meeting, doing the activity independently, for the skills that you are observing. Observing our toddlers while in play is just as simple as preschool. Simply follow the stars in your teacher's guide to observe and document the focus activities. You'll have a group observation form to fill out at the beginning of the month that will also serve as your observation and documentation planning sheet to inform you of which activities you will be focusing on. Each activity in the toddler curriculum is written at two benchmark levels. Young toddler is at benchmark 2 and older is at benchmark 3. Directly below the activity, you'll find assessment questions to support your observation. At the end of the month, record your observations on the child's individual assessment form. This form has all 35 skills listed. Use this form to communicate progress that the child made over the first 3 months of the school year. You can find this form in your curriculum kit or on member resources. Saving the child's work or evidence of the child's learning each month is so important. You can take the projects that were completed and include pictures if you have them and attach it to the completed assessment forms to store in a binder. Keep adding more of the child's work each month and you'll create a learning portfolio. The learning portfolio will serve as a beautiful learning story that families can cherish for years and years. You can show and share it with families during a mid year or end of year family conference. Remember, children are learning everywhere. Authentic assessment means that you observe and document in the natural play of the child's day. Our STARD system will allow you to intentionally observe and document focus skills to ensure that you have covered each of the core 35 skills at the beginning, middle, and end of year. However, we do encourage you to document children's growth as you see it naturally occurring during play.